big show on the way.
Need a little help getting started in the morning?
It's very dangerous.
They've got the experts.
So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
All right. We are Toucher and Hardy. And if you turn on YouTube and subscribe to 98.5 The Sport Hub, you can see a picture of a guy who likes this.
I do like this song. I like the original, and I turn it up, Beaton.
This is, for those of you who don't know, shame on you. This is the twin Scottish brothers, the Proclaimers, that had an annoying song that was much like the Macarena of its day. 500 miles. They're trying. They're really pushing.
They're not trying. They've got really thick Scottish accents. They've for all I know, have never lived outside of Scotland. They've toured the world, the Proclaimers, going back for
90s cruises,
30 plus years now. But they're a worldwide sensation. They haven't lost their accents. You've never learned to say interview properly. So
why is this about me?
There are things that because you're attacking,
clearly attacking Hardy.
You're attacking them for the way they speak. So yes, I'm turning it back on you. How does it feel? Billy Joel. Yeah, Stones at glass houses. That's you.
I didn't see that either. That was good.
Yeah, I got it. Is that his punk record?
Yeah.
When he made his punk record and it was labeled as a punk record and it was the one that it's still rock and roll to me's on?
What?
Yeah.
Trying to remember the name of that group.
Yeah.
From the documentary. Hassles? Is that something?
No. Billy Joel, in response to punk rock music, released, I believe, the album Glass Houses that had It's Still Rock and Roll to Me on it. And there's a chapter of a book that the guy from The Best Show wrote, which is all about the absurdity of Billy Joel's punk rock album. And that goes along with his theory that no one likes Billy Joel. Everyone just has to admit it, that there is a certain obligation for a section of the population to just see him when he comes into town. And we investigated that with John. And with some introspection, realized he doesn't particularly like Billy Joel.
Not anymore, no.
No, and he just, when he comes to town, there is this thing where his hands, without anything from his brain, go and buy tickets. And
all of a sudden I'm on my phone. It was odd. That's true.
But of all the groups, and Hardy is by no means has bad taste, and nor am I insulting anyone's. The Proclaimers are not the Grateful Dead. Let's get that out of the way. There's a certain thing of Feel These Dreams, the Grateful Dead, these things that are in a pot, and the Proclaimers are not in that pot. They are a novelty song act.
They're not a novelty song act. Sunshine on Lathe is a legitimately good album.
Okay, well, no one would know because they had a novelty song that was the hit, much probably to their consternation.
You know what? Now you're going to make me pull up the song Sean from Sunshine on Lathe there, Beaton.
It's about Sean Cassidy.
No, it's not.
Who had more artistic credibility than the Proclaimers.
You like getting inside and
run.
He's a honk. Hardy does like the Proclaimers, though.
Shut up, Beaton.
Look, if someone was playing this in a bar, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, literally playing this, like two guys in a bar. Oh. I think it's Manhattan Transfer. Yeah. Whatever, who cares? I just thought it was funny that Hardy knows it, too. He's playing. He knows that his, loving the Proclaimers
was going to get under your skin.
Was just an odd thing. You don't meet someone every day that's like a big fan of the Proclaimers. And I'm not even being dismissive when I'm saying that they're known almost exclusively as having a novelty song, and by 99.9% of the population. You, to your credit, see how I have to work him so he'll even participate.
I get it. It just, however,
you, to your credit, investigated.
No, I'm not.
You, to your credit, investigated the record and found out that you liked it.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing with you, Fred, because you get your hackles up. But it's not a novelty song. If you want to call them a one-hit wonder, that's fine. But a novelty song is...
Go ahead. I'm just playing the song underneath.
A novelty song is more like Disco Duck. That's a novelty song.
I think 500 Miles qualifies as a novelty song.
No, it qualifies as a one-hit wonder song. That's their one hit.
Twins... I would walk 500 miles. That's kind of
Pretty
a novelty
Fly
song.
for a White Guy is a novelty song.
Yes, but not a one-hit wonder.
Correct.
So you can be a novelty song and not be a one-hit wonder, and you can be a novelty song and a one-hit wonder.
You can be a one-hit wonder with a novelty song.
I would label 500 miles.
Is Four Non Blondes What's Up a novelty song?
No.
Why?
Because that was just known as a standalone song. There wasn't a gimmick to it.
Well, what's the gimmick to 500 miles?
The twins with the accents.
Well,
that's the gimmick.
That's who they are, and they're not affecting the accent. That's how they sound.
Fine. Dr. Demento wasn't fabricating his dimension.
Easy.
Pac-Man Fever, novelty song, 500 miles, one-hit wonder.
Thank you, John.
I
John
think it's a
gets
novelty
it.
song.
Well, you're wrong.
Fishhead's not a novelty song.
Right. Everyone has to go see a concert and possess one Billy Joel record, at least a single. I had It Still Rock and Roll to Me on a 45. You had to do it.
Of course you did.
Have you ever, perhaps, there's a band, where are they from? Where were we going to take over? Greenland. There's a band from...
Hey, we still are, buddy.
I thought you were going to say Canada there.
Don't you give up on that dream.
Canada would apply too, but they've put out... So there's like a band... When the U.S. was going, we're taking over Greenland, and Greenland was, upset. Obviously, you would be if someone was saying they're taking your land. Everyone kind of went to this Greenland band. And Greenland only has like a really limited number of people on it. Like I don't venture to guess, but it was like small. I think it might be even on under 100,000 people. But I could be off. I don't think it's anywhere near 1 million people. It might be 500,000 people. But nonetheless, something with a 5. But nonetheless,
55,000.
Okay,
wow.
Good. So I wasn't that far off. So they found this band who is a Greenland band. They sing in the language they use in Greenland, which is almost like a Native American vibe to it, or indigenous people's vibe to it. They're certainly indigenous of Greenland, and it was weird because
Greenlandic.
Yeah. So did you even know Greenlandic was a language?
No.
And these guys are like the band, like they are the band in Greenland. And they've made videos and things like that. That's a rabbit hole you can fall down.
Bunch of novelty songs, probably. They're singing in that.
If one of them was a hit, I could say it's a novelty song because it's in a language that there's never been a song. There's a bunch of random stuff in here. Go ahead, Nate.
How about a one-hit wonder, which is also a novelty song? What was that song by the Bloodhound Gang? The Bad Touch?
Yeah. We were nothing but mammals. But they had another hit.
Firewater Burn.
Yeah, so they had more than one hit. They are a novelty band.
Yeah, they're a novelty band.
And because the guy was the intern for Stern, they were a novelty
act.
Novelty act, but they had a different kind of thing. All right. So anyway, the Scotland people, the Scottish, my friend Colin Reddock, you'll have to give me some grace if I have a little bad memories of Scotland, because my elementary school friend Colin Reddock was moved to the States with his family when I was in elementary school. They ended up moving back to Scotland when I was in middle school. And I went to the Pyromania tour with Colin, and I bought one of those Union Jack sleeveless Def Leppard shirts that they had. And it was my mom, Colin, and I. And while they were playing, I held up the Union Jack shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. I was also 10, 9, probably 9, maybe even 8. And Colin called me a poser because I was not from the United Kingdom.
I wouldn't have called you a poser at the age of 8. I may have called you a douche. Be a 8-year-old douche.
I bought him. Okay, let me defend myself. I've done many douchey things and will admit to all of them. Let me defend my 8-year-old self. They, in all their videos, are wearing Union Jack shirts.
Uh-huh.
They are selling Union Jack shirts.
Yeah, novelty band.
I purchased.
Yeah, you did it.
Doing the show the rest of I just apologize to Eddie and all his listeners. He knows not of what he speaks. Please, I know, but he's just a man.
What else do you call a band with a one-armed drummer other than a novelty act?
Well, first of all, when I saw him play, he had two arms. So, I mean...
Did he kill someone in that accident?
I don't know. I don't think so. I do not think he killed anyone.
All right, go ahead.
But to defend my 8-year-old self, they were selling them at the show. I bought it. My mom bought it for me. We went and got into seats. It had Def Leppard on it, and I just held it up. I didn't start holding it up and screaming about Scotland. And they're not even from Scotland. It's the Union Jack. Anyway, he called me a poser, and it stuck with me to this day. I have very few memories, but I do remember being wronged by Colin Riddick. And he emailed me as an adult, and I went, no, I remember.
Rick Allen blames the seatbelt for taking his arm off.
I think that it like cut the circulation off of his arm or something like that.
He was driving back, and his seatbelt came undone and took off his left arm as he was thrown through the sunroof.
Is the Bloodhound Gang have the song that goes, the drummer from Def Leppard's only got one arm? The drummer from did that all come around in a beautiful circle?
Wow.
That's impressive.
It all happened.
How about that?
Is that the Bloodhound Gang? There's some novelty song that goes, the drummer from Def Leppard only's got one arm. The drummer from which is a lot of crap to take if you're him.
Bloodhound Gang.
Wow, that's amazing.
Really
Why
good.
is everybody always picking on me? Another one of their quote-unquote hits.
They were before I was on the radio. Peter, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to let John Wallach know as a student at Hobart College in the 1970s. We couldn't stand Billy Joel back then, and still can't stand him now. And that you may be right, I may be crazy, and all that stuff, and that supposed punk rock album.
Glass Houses, which
he didn't bring you around with the doo-wop phase.
That was Longest Time, I believe, is what you're talking about.
Longest Time and Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Uptown Girl, even Christy Brinkley couldn't save that video. Or how about the one where they're in the basement in Manhattan in quotations, and it's just
1, 2, 1, 2. They open up the windows.
Yeah.
It's a matter of trust. Yes.
And all those people signed releases. They all signed releases. They're on a real Manhattan. I've never seen anything more fake in my entire life. Like, why don't you just do it? Like, why don't you just go outside and play? It's not that hard. Instead of going to a set and pretending to have people on the street start dancing around to your crap.
Yeah, if the Beatles could pull it off, do the rooftop show.
I mean, even Limp Bizkit, as bad as they were, managed to get themselves arrested. Tyler, the Creator, the Odd Future got themselves arrested here for playing. Get yourself arrested, you pussy. It's not like you're in jail for more than 10 seconds. They probably don't even cuff you. All right, anyway. So I saw this on TV. They're Scottish people. They've come into town. And a few of them got this Airbnb where they've regaled it with flags of, like, I guess they're Scottish flags. How the hell would I know? But small country, you know. Beautiful people, wonderful place, Colin Reddick aside. And they came outside and did this. Yeah, so that happened.
It's 6:30 in the morning.
It's 6:30 in the morning or 6:30 at night?
I thought it was 6:30
I read
a.m.
morning, a.m.
Yeah.
Well, that's illegal.
Yes, there are noise ordinances. Not even in the town of Newton or Brookline. Noise ordinances.
I wouldn't mind it. It's once a year. It's like, you remember when the World Cup was here and that guy was playing the bagpipes out at 6:30 in the morning? It's like, it happens once. It's fine.
How long do you insist on the bagpipes being an instrument? Like
the entire time you're here.
Like no, not just society.
Oh,
like as human beings. Like the bagpipes were invented, and I'm sure that they served a purpose in battle and things like that. But at what point does the world, like humans, go like, I know it was invented, but it has a very unpleasing sound.
Well, you know what it is, Red? It's a novelty instrument, and it remains novel.
Does Weird Al Yankovic use it in Another One Rides the Bus? If not, then
I
think
bet
that's
Weird
the
Al's
accordion.
I bet Weird Al's got some bagpipes in one of his songs.
That's the accordion that he's referencing. I know that.
Another One Rides the Bus. He stomps on. It's actually funny. He stomps on like bike horns, like that make low guttural noises. We're all over the place. He's actually funny. His first television appearance on Tom Snyder. It's the only time I've ever found one of his songs at all funny, even remotely funny.
Another One Rides the Bus.
Yeah, because it's just him, and and no one knows who he is.
Right.
And he's just spazzing out to a song with a lot of space in it, and he's just hit it, and he has a guy that his only job is to hit these. And it's actually so dumb, which is the point, obviously, but it's so dumb. It's actually pretty funny. Like, I found myself laughing to it. Don't show it to girls, because I'm not sure they get it the same way.
I was going to say, unless you're going to set aside 45 minutes of quality time, because that'll really get them going.
And it's funny. I showed people our Thuppets video that's out, and do this experiment if you want to see people's. And everyone liked the Thuppet video, the new one, at Toucher and Hardy on Instagram. And I played it for them. They all liked it. Even my son. But it took 5 seconds for them to start either commenting or asking questions. This video is under a minute. Or it's a minute or under a minute. It's like just silence for 45 seconds. Not one person able to watch it without asking a question or making a comment. And in a 45-second video, if you make a comment, you're missing 5 seconds of it.
Right, I know.
Yep.
I know.
You know? All right. We'll be back in just a moment with our award-winning email segment.
When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. It is almost time for the email segment. Joe, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so I'm curious. I have my own answer to this question, but I won't bore you with it. I'm curious what you guys think is like the talk radio Mount Rushmore of hosts and of shows. Not including sports talk, because that's kind of whatever, but like in terms of other forms of talk.
Well, whose are yours? I'm curious to hear yours.
I'd probably put Stern, O&A, Bob Lassiter.
Who's Bob Lassiter?
Bob Lassiter was South Florida, so he was he was friends with Neil Rogers.
Yeah, Neil Rogers is one of my three. Yeah.
And yeah, I'd probably put Ron and Fez there too.
Ron Bennington's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so those would probably be, and South Florida in particular, for some reason, has like a trillion of those guys.
Yeah, because Neil Rogers and Ron were kind of like, in retrospect, which isn't fair, kind of corny, but Ron Bennington's obviously very, very funny. So, and has a very good style on the radio. So I think that's, I don't know Lassiter, but I think that's a very legit list. Everyone has heard mine.
I'm in lockstep with two of yours, and I'd have to think about the rest, but it's Stern and Phil Hendry.
Yeah, Stern, Phil Hendry, and Neil Rogers. Now, I wouldn't want to do Phil Hendry's show. It'd be fun to always just do characters. But Phil Hendry, Neil Rogers, and Stern. Stern is the reason, like, even like Pat McAfee, like, it's like any band now, whether they even know it or not, is influenced in some way by the Beatles, because the Beatles reinvented everything for the next generation of bands. Next generation of bands were influenced by that. So, like, even if you've never heard a Beatles album, if you're in a band, a rock band of any kind, or any kind of band with instruments, really, you've been in a way influenced by the Beatles, whether you know it or not. It's the same with Stern. Is like, if like Pat McAfee doesn't have that freedom and that conversational kind of show, if it wasn't for Howard Stern, like, he was truly. Now, other guys were doing it, but Stern did it the best and was the most successful at it. And so that's him. And Phil Hendry did a show, if you don't know, where he would be himself, and then he would have guests on who are also him doing voices, and they would be guests with outrageous issues or problems with the world. And then Phil Henry would take calls of people yelling at his guests, thinking that they were real. I actually sat in on a show.
Yeah, which I'm insanely jealous you got to do, but his guest would be on the phone, so he would toggle back and forth between his live mic and the telephone and talk to himself, and people would swear. You would swear listening to him the first couple of times that it was pre-taped and edited, and it was not. He did it live, and he would cut himself off and switch from voice to voice, and it was, I mean, that alone was a great skill, but it was funny and it was outrageous. And the stuff that he would have his guests on to do, and he would have recurring characters. But the thing about Phil Hendry was, I don't know that you can go back and find full shows and really understand it now, but he always said he would be a victim of his own success because the show depended on people not knowing that it was him doing the voices and people calling up to argue with his quote unquote guest. And the more you learned about the show and understood what he was doing, you would never bother to call in and argue because you didn't want to be, pranked. You can't agree to be pranked. It doesn't work. So that's why I think he never got to be as big as he should have been.
Well, he could only do it at night, which is one thing. And then, his staff was an engineer. He ran the board, but there was an engineer and 2 phone screeners who he was very tough on because they were, very, very important because they had to screen and make sure the people weren't in on it.
Right.
So they had to make sure that they were really angry people. And you only could do it at night because you need maniacs that are going to get that upset about something, and they're listening at night.
Do you know who I'll throw into the mix here? Not that I think he was necessarily a great talent, but just for the show that he did, Art Bell.
I never heard Art Bell. I know, obviously, who he is.
It was so strange.
Yeah.
And I used to hear it in Vegas, and I think he used to broadcast from like out there somewhere. It was like in some rural part of Nevada.
Well, something happened to his kid, and he had to like go off the grid because to my understanding, is he attracted such maniacs that there was either a threat on his kid or his kid was kidnapped or something, and he decided to move out to like a bunker, like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a strange guy. But John's are Eddie Andelman and Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
That's who John's are.
Art Bell had a guy on one. He had the director. And again, this doesn't speak to his great talent or intelligence. I'll always remember this. He had the director of the Blair Witch Project on. And Art Bell's show was all about aliens and, bottomless holes in the desert and things that, sometimes have been debunked, but he would give the entire platform over to these people and delve into these conspiracy theories. And he had a great voice and a great manner for it. So he had the director of the Blair Witch Project on, and he was asking him questions like, okay, so, the movie has, just opened. It's a great success. How did you stumble upon this footage? The guy said, well, that's the whole premise, that, this is found footage and that it was, supposed to be a film, but we created it. And Art Bell says, yes, but, how did you get the parents' permission to make the film? And the director kind of laughs. He's like, well, I guess that's part of like the behind the scenes premise that, we would have needed that in order to do it. He said, no, but how did you actually do it? How did you... Art Bell had no idea it was
fake. That's great.
Well, that happened. So
I'm like, oh, Art, this makes me love you even more.
So the Blair Witch Project was, obviously a movie, but the way that it was marketed, it was real low budget, and it was marketed as being true. It was around the birth of the popularity of the internet, kind of. And I remember and they had released things online under the guise of that this was found footage of these people being murdered and da-da-da-da. And I worked at CNNSI. There was like a head editor. I don't even remember what he did, but he was in that big bullpen, and he was running around saying how there was a movie coming out about this real thing, and I'd never heard of it. And then I looked at it, and I remember going, I can't work with this guy. Like the idea that this moron somehow thinks that that there is a movie coming out, that this is real, is truly an idiot, and I can't have this guy in any even minor role of superiority over me. And I believe I left right around then. because I was like, I can't. This guy is so dumb. He also bought grosses of golf balls. Like he bought obscene amount of golf balls for the value.
Because they all appreciate
and
after you buy them.
Well, no, you need 1,000 of them.
Well, I was going to say, if you're using that many,
well, yeah,
that's also an issue.
He had some big thing that he like really bragged about, which is an odd thing, that he would buy like golf balls by the metric ton.
Yeah,
for the value. Weird. You see, because you could go your whole life without buying 1,000 golf balls, but boy, oh boy, if you can spend the money on them. Our email segment, by the way, is powered by Jeffrey Glassman. Injury lawyers, if you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
All right. This is from Dave. The email reads, the toaster appears to me blurry through the murky bathwater as I look up from the bottom of the tub. The plugged-in appliance teases me, promising me a quick escape from this crushing black vacuum that I call life, since Adam 12 left for a station that plays Dave Matthews Band. It's terrible. It's all just terrible. My pointless existence is just about to end as I begin to bend my elbows to hug the toaster to my chest.
Jeez.
But wait, let me check out the show to see what's going on. Oh no, did Breer just fall for the Witherspoon joke? It was told with a level of brilliance that even the sharpest mind would fall into the trap. Another victim, another pelt to be hung on the wall. I jump out of the tub with renewed vigor, realizing life is beautiful. I will continue on, if not only for another weekend, but for a chance to wake up Monday morning and hear what those sons of bitches will say at 6 a.m. That is from Dave.
Bert's face after you did that. That was fantastic.
Well, you really got him.
Yeah.
I did get him.
Yeah.
Blind Scott has chimed in that he used to bother Art Bell.
Oh, good. Oh, good. He's listening.
Oh, damn you, Scott. Leave Art Bell alone.
Well, no, but Art Bell, who would have people that literally, according to things I've heard, had lowered a mic into hell.
Yeah.
Right.
And even he was bothered by Blind Scott. Blind Scott annoyed him.
Hey, guys, this mostly for Fred, but found myself pissed off this week. It's one of my best friends I've known for years listed The Sandlot as one of his 4 favorite films. Feel like you're one of the only group of guys who understand how bad that movie sucks.
Oh, it sucks, yeah.
Not even the best baseball movie of the year. That was Rookie of the Year. Also, it's not like we have some sort of penchant for lost America 50s nostalgia. We're literally 36. So the love for this film makes no sense. Please give me a second for how bad this movie sucks. Thanks. Have a great weekend, Tom.
Well, so The Sandlot's terrible, and the main character, especially as an adult, sucks. And I don't know why he just doesn't profess his love to the kid that plays for the Dodgers.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez?
Yeah, he obviously has a homosexual infatuation with him. But the thing is, I mean, to even as a grown adult, like, still be worshiping at the altar of someone you grew up with is bizarre, to say the least. And probably some closeted feelings involved. But beyond that, the one thing I'll say about The Sandlot is one of the few movies that both my kids liked. Like Zoe and Milo, girl and boy, both like The Sandlot. And that didn't happen an awful lot. And they both wanted to watch it even into their teens, because I guess it gave them fond feelings or whatever. But yes, as a film, it's terrible, but it does... Sometimes you just have to acquiesce that there are, with the audience it's intended for, it hits. So what are you going to do?
Well, there's a couple of problems that can't be helped, I guess, because of the subject matter. Too many kids, right? You get that many kids that are not all going to be able to act. And for the same reason, and I get more pushback on this than anything, A Bronx Tale. Now, that movie sucks.
Yes. So that's something like on Instagram, like people were like, A Bronx Tale. And I had seen it and had no recollection of it really. I mean, I knew De Niro was in it, and the kid that was the main character had legal trouble in real life.
Right.
Like I knew all that, and I sat down and I'm like, this is almost like a caricature of this kind of movie.
Yes, it is. It is just a shallow attempt at making a Goodfellas type movie that has 2 people in it in a big cast, 2 people that can actually act. You've got De Niro and Chaz Palminteri.
I was just going to say.
No one else in that movie can act their way out of a paper bag. And the plot, everything else, and I know it's Palminteri's, life story. Whatever. As a one-man show, it's probably great. As a movie, sucks.
And it's got the cool scene with the bikers where they
in the bar.
But even that, they screw up by doing the soundtrack in the background, which is a direct rip from Goodfellas, playing the music that doesn't match the mood of the scene. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, how does everybody fall for this crap?
It's a fantasy. Like a bunch of bullies come into something and they're bullying you, and then even bigger bullies come in and kill them.
And then the fat guy pushes him up against the bar. It's like, that's stupid.
Well, none of that makes sense.
And none of it makes sense. It's dumb.
But scenes like that are rewarding because you put yourself in the shoes of the people and you're like, what? Like a bunch of bikers come into a bar and they start just doing whatever they want. You can't stop them. So there's that fantasy. It's like that Death Wish fantasy, like the movie, not a Death Wish. But like that,
which is what you wish for John.
That's not true.
Why would he say that?
That's not true.
Where's that even coming from?
Seriously, that's out of nowhere. Have I wronged you in some way today, sir?
It's like Taken, like anything like that, right?
There's like that. Kind of like you want to have happen to Hardy.
Bob Odenkirk has got the movie where he's the regular. Well, he's not a regular guy, but a seemingly regular guy that can, when guys come up to him and screw with him. Huh? Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, it's good.
Yes, they made a second one, which I
have not watched. I don't need to see it again.
I think I got enough out of the first one.
I didn't even need to see the first one the second time, but I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There's the email segment. Thank you for your emails. And that Thud Bits video is up now on our social media at Toucher and Hardy. All right. We'll be back in just a moment to finish things up for the week.
Why do people listen to Toucher?
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub. We know what you're...
A week that all the way back on Monday featured the stupidly titled Who's Your Caddy golf tournament. But here we are.
That was this week?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's summer, too, so you would figure that the weeks would be going faster.
Interesting messages today. We got some fascinating ones, including this one, which was actually hidden by Instagram. Ryan Beaton posted this for all to see after the Nick Gemelli sleep eating video was posted. Someone posted, for having already damaged his heart to the point that a pig had to be needlessly sacrificed so its parts could be used to save his life, you'd think Nick would take his health a little more seriously. And what does that say about you, that a pig's organs are healthier than yours? Is what this gentleman was upset about. Forced him to comment on Instagram. Nick, any reply at all?
Have you ever?
Excellent stuff. All right, thank you.
Have you ever gotten something like this? A text message to your real phone?
Yeah, click on it. Click on the link.
This is blank. Blank's father-in-law. I noticed that I hit your number in my contacts by mistake. Sorry, I will go ahead and remove all your info. I do hope you are well.
Yes, I get random texts like that. Like, hey, how you doing? Question mark.
That's a phishing thing.
It's a phishing. Don't. Yeah, stay away.
But I gave him my social security number. So it's like logging into the employee portal. You got to.
Fred, you were making fun of the bagpipes earlier. How dare you?
Yeah.
Bagpipes served as vital military tools in battle.
I said it. I said, I know that they had a military, or I said, I'm sure they had a military significance.
They were used to communicate commands over the noise of combat, boost troop morale, and intimidate enemies. Their piercing sound carried over long distances. They were so effective at directing soldiers that British law historically classified them as actual weapons of war. So, if the Scottish fans in town for the World Cup want to, what do you call it, blow the bag?
That's how you call it, yes.
Blow the bag outside their Airbnb at 6:30 in the morning, you let them. Because it's got historical significance.
Well, I don't really know how I'd stop them, but I'm certainly not calling the police on them. I don't think I'm alone. I mean, this is crazy, but it could have even been on the episode of Father Knows Best. I could see one of the kids on Father Knows Best pulling out bagpipes to the annoyance of the rest of the family. So excuse me for being this outrageous. I find this sound unpleasing.
Zoe, you have to go back and forth past Gillette Stadium on your way to and from work, and you around those areas.
Avoid it.
Well, you can't avoid it for the entirety of the World Cup. What about tomorrow night?
I won't be anywhere near it.
Okay.
To stay home.
What match are you going to?
None.
Why?
I have zero interest in it.
Zoe's
I am not a fraud. I'm not going to sit here and pretend we're the number one sports radio station in the country. We never talk soccer.
Wallach is going on Tuesday night.
I am Tuesday night. 400.
You got problems.
400
per ticket.
Per ticket. 3 tickets.
Pretty good.
I got $1,200. I'd do something else with that.
Well,
what would you do with it?
Pay some bills.
What?
Pay the long guy. That's what I owe the long guy.
You got bills overdue?
Not really.
How much do you owe the long guy?
$1,100.
$1,000. That's $1,100.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of cuts.
Yeah, he always cuts on different times. Like he's supposed to cut Friday afternoon. Then he looks at the weather. Oh, it's going to be bad. So he comes Thursday morning. I don't have a check yet. You didn't tell me you were coming. So he's not that with it.
If only there was another way to pay him.
Fred, how's George today?
He's wearing all USA stuff, so I know he loves this country, which I respect.
I give him credit. He's in there eating breakfast, said I'm charging up, filling the batteries for the show. He's going to keep us
Oh, thank God.
Yes,
He did well yesterday.
Scott was texting me during the show about the finer points of George.
Yeah.
Big fan of George, Scott is.
I am, yeah. I want to see him and Nick in a fight.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
If Nick didn't have the medical issues, I think Nick wins that easily.
I think he wins it anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Scott.
Sure, Fred.
Enjoy your show. I can't call you Zoe because I call my daughter Zoe.
It's going to be a hell of a show.
All right. That'll do it for us. Everyone
I am a champion of the people.
Yes, you are.
Everyone have a great weekend. Bye.